Ever wonder what really separates a good company from a truly great one? I mean, the ones that just seem to win all the time? Well, it's not just about having a killer product. It's about having a winning game plan. Today, we're going to unpack the secrets of business strategy. Let's dive in.
So, how do they do it? How do these companies consistently come out on top? Is it just dumb luck? No way. It's a deliberate, carefully crafted game plan. And that's exactly what we're going to break down right now. All right, so every great strategy, and I mean every single one, is built on 3 core principles. Once you get these, everything else just clicks into place. First up, strategy is all about carving out a unique and valuable spot for yourself in the market. This means you're either doing something totally different from your rivals, or you're doing similar things but in a completely different way. Think about it like this. On one hand, you've got a giant like PepsiCo. They serve the broad needs of many customers. You want a soda, a sports drink, a bag of chips? They've got you covered. But then you have a company like Crocs. They target just a few specific needs, like comfort and durability, for a huge base of customers. Both are totally different, and both are absolutely winning strategies. Okay, principle number 2 is a tough one for a lot of people to swallow. Strategy isn't just about what you decide to do. It's just as much about what you decide not to do. You simply can't be everything to everyone. You have to make choices. You have to make trade-offs. And Neutrogena is a classic case study here. They could have tried to compete in the massive, crowded market for soaps with skin softeners and fancy scents, but they didn't. Instead, they made a trade-off. They positioned themselves as a serious medicinal product. They gave up a slice of a bigger pie to absolutely own their unique little corner of the world. And finally, a great strategy isn't just one brilliant idea. It's about creating what's called a fit. This is where all of a company's activities, its marketing, its operations, its culture, all reinforce each other. It creates this powerful interlocking system that is incredibly difficult for anyone else to copy. Just look at Vanguard. Their strategy is beautifully simple, low-cost investing. But the fit is the real magic. They sell directly to you, the consumer, which cuts out middleman fees. Their funds are specifically designed to minimize costly trading. Every single piece of their business is built to support that low-cost promise. It's a fortress. Okay, so we've got the 3 core principles down. We know what a strategy is, but how do you actually build one? Well, there's a 5-step game plan that turns these ideas into real-world action. And here it is, the playbook itself, the strategic management process. It all kicks off with establishing your mission and vision. From there, you have to assess your current reality. Then you formulate the actual grand strategy, you implement it, and finally, you maintain control with a feedback loop. Let's zoom in on a couple of these key steps. Right, before you can figure out where you're going, you have to know exactly where you are on the map. And that's what this step is all about, getting a super clear, brutally honest picture of your current reality. The SWOT analysis is a classic for a reason. It is such a simple but powerful tool. It forces you to look at your internal strengths and weaknesses. What are you great at and where are you falling short? And then it makes you look externally at your opportunities and threats. It gives you that full 360-degree view of the playing field. Okay, so you've assessed the situation, you know your strengths, you see the opportunities. Now it's time to make the big moves. It's time to formulate the strategy. And this actually happens at 2 different levels. And it's really important you get this difference. Corporate level strategy is the big picture. It asks, what industries, what businesses should we even be in? But business level strategy is much more focused. It asks, okay, within this industry, how are we going to win? So at that high corporate level, one powerful tool is the BCG matrix. It helps giant companies figure out where to put their money. You've got stars, high-growth businesses that need a ton of investment. You have cash cows, mature businesses that just print money. Then there are question marks, risky ventures with big potential. And finally, dogs, low-growth businesses that are probably best to sell off. Let's make this real with Google. Their search and ads business, a massive cash cow, just generating insane profits. YouTube is a star. It's growing like crazy and dominating its market. Google Cloud, that's a classic question mark. It's in a booming market, but it needs huge investments to catch up. And then you have something like their old smart glasses project. You could probably call that a dog. Now let's drop down into the trenches with business-level strategy. Here, companies often use Porter's 5 forces to really understand the competitive battlefield. It helps them analyze threats from new companies, from substitute products, and understand the power that their suppliers and customers have over them. All of that stuff feeds into how intense the rivalry is in their industry. And if you think this sounds like some dusty old theory from a textbook, think again. Just look at the streaming wars. The threat of new entrants is constant, right? The power of us, the buyers, is huge. We can switch services with a click. All of this leads to just insane cutthroat rivalry between Netflix, Disney, Amazon, and everyone else. So you've got a brilliant strategy. You're all done, right? Nope, not even close. Now comes the hardest part of all, actually making it happen.
Execution is where most great strategies go to die. A brilliant plan is totally worthless if it just sits in a binder on a shelf. It has to be translated into action. It means getting your people, your processes, and your daily operations all aligned and pulling in the exact same direction. It's this continuous cycle of doing, learning, and adapting.
So let's bring it all home. Strategy is about being unique, making tough trade-offs, and creating a perfect fit between everything you do. It's a game plan built on analysis, formulation, and, most importantly, execution. And that brings us to one final thought for you. As you go after your own goals, remember that every winning strategy requires saying no. So the question is, what will you choose not to do in order to win?